favorite part is when she goes fast and easy.
Does Sadie ever sleep with you?
Yeah, sometimes. She sleeps on the bed or on her.
Where did you adopt Sadie from? You know?
There's like dogs in cages.
Were you able to play with Sadie when you were at Hope Rescues?
Yeah.
Hope Rescues inspires people to do more. Tommy was found in October of 2009 by an employee of Waste Management Systems when he dumped an oversized trash can into his truck and found a nearly dead dog inside. The Cahokia police were called to the scene, and due to the kind heart of the responding officer, Tommy was rushed to Horseshoe Lake Animal Hospital instead of being euthanized. Upon examination, it was found that Tommy was 20 pounds underweight, had a cord embedded in his neck, and was suffering from several wounds. Although Tommy was in shock, he wagged his tail and gave kisses throughout his whole ordeal. It seemed as though he was just grateful to have someone help him. Soon, Tommy had surgery to relieve the swelling around his neck and was released to Hope Rescues a few days later. Meanwhile, in Southern California, author Laura Marlowe read an online news story about an abused puppy that had been thrown into the garbage to die. Laura's heart was so moved that she was unable to stop thinking about the dog, the abuser, and the compassionate people that came together to save Tommy's life. Soon thereafter, Laura made a donation toward Tommy's care at Hope Animal Rescues. After contributing to Tommy's medical expenses, Laura was inspired to write the book, Tommy the Throwaway Dog, about the pit bull that through Hope's loving care was returned to health and happiness. We had the opportunity to ask Laura what it was about this particular abuse case that inspired her to write a book. Here's her answer.
Countless abuse stories have made their way to me over the years, many that inspired me to take action of all sorts, many that are still on my mind. But it was Tommy's story of unspeakable abuse and the numerous kind people involved in his discovery, rescue, veterinary care, shelter care, and finally adoption that affected me deeply and hit me with a vision that caused me to take a different path of action, which was to turn his story into a children's book to educate and inspire youngsters and help earn funds for shelters. The thought of Tommy being unloved, trapped, tortured, and then callously thrown away hurts me now as much as the moment that I finished reading this news article. However, my focus always is on the hopeful and happy segments of Tommy's story and the luck that was brought on Rescue Day in the form of so many kind and empathetic individuals.
Since the book's first publication of Tommy the Throwaway Dog, it is now available via iBook, DVD, Spanish edition, an educational series available to teachers, and was turned into a musical by a school in Los Angeles. Tommy has educated children on how to treat dogs with compassion and has touched people's hearts all around the world.
Due to Hope Rescue's steadfast commitment to our community, they have received a very prestigious award.
Well, the Partners in Peace Award is awarded by the 3rd Judicial Circuit Family Violence Coordinating Council. And this is a statewide agency that was formed to inform the public, the community, about the magnitude of family violence. And as we know, animal abuse is family violence. This is actually a prestigious award. Some of the past recipients have been the Illinois Attorney General, Senator Bill Payne, circuit judges, the chief judge, organizations such as Land of Lincoln Legal Association. So we don't always give it every year. We give it when there is a strong commitment to helping victims of abuse. I volunteer for Hope Rescues, and Jackie and Kim have drawn together this large family of volunteers that are bound together by this united love for animals and also the respect that they have for Hope Rescues.
It is Hope Rescue's lifetime commitment and never give up attitude that has led to the newest addition at the sanctuary.
Truman's amazing story started when he was found on the street guarding the body of his friend, a dachshund who had been killed by a car. He was terrified, and it took Jackie and Kim 3 days to catch him in order to take him into their care. After realizing that Truman needed extensive psychological therapy, Hope Rescues coordinated the care he required with professionals in Chicago. He was in a foster home, working with a trainer, and doing agility. 3 years later, Kim and Jackie learned Truman's caretaker was no longer able to properly care for him, and Truman's options had been exhausted. Without hesitation, Kim drove to Chicago and brought him home. To this day, Truman is still unable to cope in a typical setting. Truman prefers to be alone in a quiet environment, which minimizes stress and allows him to be at peace. For special needs dogs like Truman, Hope Rescues may be their forever home.
Hope Rescues, with the help of the girls, have redefined what a forever home may look like for a dog like Truman.
There are now cabins at the sanctuary in a special location to facilitate healing. These cabins are set back in the woods away from barking dogs. A tranquil creek runs through their wooded backyard where there are squirrels, birds, and other wildlife to watch from their windows. Through generous donors, each cabin has been outfitted with electricity and home furnishings to create a home-like setting for dogs who may have already found their forever home at Hope Rescues.
With the newest addition at the sanctuary, Hope Rescues was able to provide an opportunity for a local Boy Scout to earn the prestigious rank of Eagle Scout.
I've been a Boy Scout since I was in first grade. As soon as I could, I've been in all through Cub Scouts. I crossed right over into Boy Scouts. Been in ever since. I'm now a Life Scout. Eagle Scout is the next final step. Well, I picked Hope Rescues as my Eagle Scout project because this one came to me and I became really excited about it. I liked it from the get-go. I like dogs. It just seemed perfect for me. I will be building the dog walking trail from the top of the trail hill, putting gravel down it so it doesn't wash out, pulling trash out from the sides because there's sets of tires, household appliances all through there. I will be mulching the trail from the bottom on down to the creek bed, putting a little gravel in a swampy area, building a bridge across the creek, undamming it, continuing the trail for about 100 feet past there, and clearing an area out for, they want a camping area for interns that come out and study the dogs.
Then there are those extraordinary stories that capture your heart. Meet Vito, a dog who found himself alone and homeless through no fault of his own.
Vito was adopted as a puppy by Ryan and Sarah, a young couple with their whole lives ahead of them. After only 1 short year, Vito's dad, Ryan, was diagnosed with cancer. Throughout his painful treatment, while Ryan was fighting for his life, Vito never left his side. Sadly, Ryan lost his battle with cancer at the age of 34, leaving Vito to wonder where his dad had gone. Tragically, less than a year later, on February 2nd, 2013, Sarah was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer that had metastasized to her lung and spine. After helping her husband battle cancer, Sarah knew she was in for the fight of her life and that she could no longer take care of Vito. Despite everything that was happening to Sarah, her number 1 priority was to find Vito a home. Not only for Vito, but to fulfill a dying woman's wish, Hope Rescues was there with open arms. Knowing that Vito had a home gave Sarah pure joy as depicted in her smile. With the help of Hope Rescues, Sarah was able to focus on her health and treatment. Sadly, after a short but very brave battle, at the age of 30, Sarah lost her life to cancer on May 2nd, 2013, exactly 3 months after diagnosis. Vito is pictured here resting on his mom's favorite quilt, a special Christmas keepsake quilted by Sarah's mother. Both Vito and Sarah found comfort in this special quilt. It remains a constant reminder that they were once a family. Vito lost everything he knew through no fault of his own. Though still haunted by the loss of his mom and dad, thanks to Kim, Vito is learning to trust again. On occasion, he will play stick 'em up, just like he used to do with his mom. But you have to have movie popcorn, the kind with extra butter.
From adopting a puppy to fulfilling a dying woman's wish, Hope Rescues touches all of our lives and is a tremendous asset to our community. Through contributions and dedicated volunteers, Hope Rescues works tirelessly to maintain a sanctuary for homeless dogs that are waiting for their forever family. As a community, we have a responsibility to support them as they work toward fulfilling their goals. So please give generously, and thank you for coming tonight so we can all have a little more hope.